Hey everybody, Ben here from Cinder Studios, and today I've got sort of a quick general PSA based on how I work, the way I work, and why you probably see some things that I do that may not make sense. Okay, so I know the people that are watching this video are probably sort of the hardcore fans of my work. The people that like the weird vloggy type videos that not a lot of other people watch because a lot of people are looking for tutorials only. But I want to get some things off my chest, so I think that's why it was important to make this. One, over the past, I guess it was 2 weeks, it was right at the beginning of the year, I actually had a series of panic attacks. For the first, it was like 3 days straight, and that was terrifying. To be fair, this should probably be included in another video later on, but I just want to bring it up because, one, I haven't had a panic attack in like 10 years, and it was like, okay, this is not a thing that I should be experiencing right now. Two, more ridiculous, stupid health problems. I think I have pink eye. Now, I've had pink eye like every 2 years for the past 8 years or so. Like from the time I was like 16 onward, I got it every year and a half since then. And it sucks. It sucks right now. Luckily, I've already recorded Saturday's video in advance, so you guys won't notice. So yeah, weird, stupid health problems lately. Sweet. But I thought it would be good to at least mention them because, one, you guys watch me all the time, and it's important to know that I'm not perfect. I struggle with weird crap too, and I know you guys do as well. The third thing is actually what this video is about, and that's something that I don't think about a lot. It's weird that I'm saying this out loud, but I actually go back and rewatch a lot of my old videos sometimes. Just because it's like, where was I? That was weird. Tablet. Where was I a few years back? What was I talking about? And what can I do in the future in terms of videos? I think it's actually, for me, it's really important to kind of go back and rewatch old stuff that way. And one thing that I mentioned, I think in a couple of videos, I've actually been going through old quick tips. And one thing I say is my hands shake. And it's something I actually don't talk about a lot, or ever, come to think of it. My hands shake considerably. It depends on the day, the time of the day, a little bit. But it's something that's actually been limiting to me as an artist. Forget the random weird health quirks like the eye thing, or like the panic attacks. But this is something that's been with me, I think, probably my entire life, at least to some degree, is that my hands shake to some degree. And now, I actually did a little research on this, and apparently everybody's hands shake a little bit, but I've noticed that my hands shake considerably more. A few people have been like, do you have Parkinson's disease? And I'm like, I sure as hell hope not. But I don't know. I don't know, but as a good example, I think my hands are probably in I would say, both my best and it's a middle ground right now. It's not my best, it's not my worst. But I want to at least show you guys kind of what I deal with in a general basis. So I'm going to just kind of hold this out. And there's a little shake. I don't know if you guys can see that at all. But it's there. It's a tiny little bit. And that little shake actually prevents me from doing excuse me, things like architectural work. Anything, I need a ruler if I'm drawing buildings, because that little bit of shake totally destroys different techniques for me. So it's like, oh, just hold your hands steady. I can't do that. Even when I do architectural, structural stuff, what you guys probably notice if you follow a lot of my particular paintings is that everything feels natural. Everything is landscape-esque. Now, a big part of that is the fact that my hands shake the way that they do. I can't physically make those clean, beautiful straight lines. I can't do it. So in that way, I've had to adapt my style to that shake. That's really just what I want to say today is that there are physical limitations to your art, things that you do that other people don't do, and you shouldn't feel bad about that in any way. This is probably going to be How to Be an Artist part like 6 or 7, whatever the hell it is now. But your physical limitations don't dictate your ability to create. They certainly influence it, definitely. The fact I'm a landscaper has a great deal to do with the shake in my hand, because I can't do super technical stuff. Physically, I can't. It's not possible. In fact, a good example of this is, I'll link to it. It's called Embrace the Shake, and it's a great TED Talk. It's about a guy who was trying to do basically pointillism in college, learning art, and in doing so, he created serious nerve damage in his hand to the point where his hand shakes insanely, and he can't, at least his one hand, he just can't make stuff the way he wants to. And a therapist of his suggested embrace the shake. And he now creates work specifically based on either scale or the fact that the way his hand moves that it does, that he's maybe not making the work that he wants to, but he's making the work that he can. And I think that's a really inspiring thing. So as one more time, like it's not bad right now, but if I grip it tight, if I grip my pen or pencil or paintbrush or whatever it is super tight, that shake gets insanely worse. So as an example, again, regular, super tight. Now we're shaking. Now I'm really shaking. And that difference is I can actually utilize that. I can do the quick, simple lines when my hand is relaxed, but if I kind of really tighten in and let my hand shake the way that it does, I can create really kind of interesting little squiggles in my work. And I think that's really an important thing, to know your limitations, but also know how to utilize them. So yeah, I guess this is Behind the Artist Part 7, or whatever it is. I actually recorded this literally the day before it goes up. But I want to talk about that. I want to talk about some weird limitations that I've got. Especially kicking back to the panic attack thing. Like, that's a thing that scared the crap out of me recently. Like, I can't even tell you how terrifying it was. I mean, panic attacks are different for everybody. But for me, it's like, it feels like someone has their hand around my throat and then I can't breathe. And I just have to go about my regular day. Just tell them, like, hey, you doing? Hey, fine, I'm doing fine. Because I can't get into that, you know? Yeah, that's some stuff I deal with. I feel like maybe it's a cop-out to talk about, you know, just another artist that has weird problems, but maybe that's just par for the course. Maybe just artists have problems. But I think it's important, at least for me, to talk about them, talk about that, talk about my handshake thing that limits my ability to draw, but at the same time opens new doors for my work and opens new outlets. And whether it's a panic attack, anxiety attack, and I have to escape into my art, or if it's just a physical limitation that changes the way that I work. I think it's important as an artist to know your limitations, to know the problems that you've got, whether that be genetic, apparently like me, or just things you've experienced in life that have limited your work. Don't let that stop you. Nothing should stop you to create things. And wow, I'm clocking over 10 minutes here now. That's way longer than I wanted to talk. But hey, ranty, talking about stuff. So the shakes, the weird pink eye thing, and the panic attacks. I've got limitations just like you guys do. And honestly, you know what? It feels good to talk about it. So if you guys like this, honestly, even if you just want to hit the thumbs up to support me and my weird problems, let me know anything in comments. And this has been from Cinder Studios. See you guys Saturday. Actually, I'll have a video by then.